Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Pry House public match for you. It should be exciting on a small map like this. Thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. You can get perks like getting videos before everyone else. I hope you enjoy this event. As of now, we got about a good 220 man server. We've stayed solid this entire time. It'll be intriguing to see how the Confederates attack compared to the Union. But this will be exciting. So, our Union officers for the day.
If you press T, that will show you your tickets and the time.
We got Lowhead. You also got Jewel here. We got Shifty.
Follow your star, boys. Press T.
And artillery officer wise,
I've never done artillery before. What do I do?
we have no artillery officer for the Union. On our Confederate counterpart, our officers, we got Aurelian. This is a new officer we haven't seen in a couple rounds. We got Kramer, saw him last round. And then we got Fastfoot, and we got Cajun. What a guy. So, obviously the plan for the Confederates on a map like this is very simple. Just like most other maps in this game, be aggressive. And that's the gist of it. Very simple indeed. But what is the Union doing? I've never seen this before. Union are pushing down this far left side. I think they're trying to get some shots up on the CSA, but I don't know how long this is going to work. One quick thing I did want to look at is, so it's 108 dead even. A lot of people still haven't spawned in though. 17 men on CSA artillery compared to 10 on the Union. So keep that in mind. When every engagement we see, charge-wise, there's going to be about almost a 10-man imbalance. So Union has this group out on the far left. CSA is kind of adjusting to that, splitting off into 3 prongs. You have the center one, the one in the corner, and the one on the left side here. Shifty's men for the Union holding there. You have a couple of Union guys. I think they're under Jeff. They're holding there. But does Union have an artillery officer yet? No, they don't. But they are shifting their guns forward because if you can see from the Union gunner position here, terrible. You can't see crap. Yeah, oh, what is Union doing? Kind of looked like they charged out a little bit there, but nope, they are falling back, trying to reposition. They got a nice little defilade. CSA, though, is approaching through the open field. They're kind of getting shot up by those couple guys there. More CSA actually coming through the woods here, and you can see this aggressive movement by Union kind of, as of now, not paying off. They're losing tickets-wise. But yeah, Union kind of returning to more of an original defense. That's what normally you see Union kind of do. You have guys out on this left side. You have some on the right, maybe some on the road. Confederates, though, you kind of don't know what their battle plan is. This whole artillery group looks like one whole infantry group on their own. But no, that is all artillery. Crazy numbers to see that. Some Confederates, they've pushed down the middle. You saw them do that earlier. They're still holding here. You sometimes see them do that. But interestingly, you do have 2 Confederate officers. They're holding very, very far back.
Everyone stay back, guys.
But the Union are actually going to do a rising volley here. The Confederates don't see them either. They can take their time. They don't need to shoot so quickly. A lot of the shots going over, you can see them hitting the dust there.
See, that's why we need the other company. That's why we need the other company up here.
I just think you're in a terrible spot. Push down the middle of the road. Be aggressive. Regardless, they're still winning this, though.
Yes.
These Confederates from the corn kind of pushing forward a little bit more. They're going to try to engage. But Jeff's starting to move his men out forward towards the center of the road. I mean, Union's almost about halfway through battle ready. These Confederates are just getting shot up. They need to move. That flag bearer running away. He's not going to get his men spawning. And they are going to fall back.
Break reload back to the fence.
So Union are able to thwart that position off these Confederates on the right side. I don't know why they're holding over here. Very, very confusing indeed. Sometimes you'll hit Shift Tab by accident and your game will just spin. Cajun, tier 100, you know he's good. They are starting to push their men forward through the center. Tries to do some damage. But these Confederate shots, I mean Union shots, have been quite impressive, at least on this group here. I mean, the rest of them, they're kind of hard shots. They're kind of holding back. Let's hear what these guys are saying. They're just volleying. They're not going to hit much.
Firing at a hill. They're behind.
So, that strategy of just, again, I mean, we've seen it a lot in these pub matches. I don't know why, but there is a lot of just volleying from a distance. But Jeff's moving his men forward. Cajun's going to take that opportunity to push forward, be aggressive, deal some damage, and artillery shot going through. This is exactly what you need as the Confederates. You need aggressive action. I mean, this is a lot better than what we're seeing the CSA do for this game. But this is just going to be a ticket farm because Union guys are spawning in. Some Confederates shifting further right. This Union group moving up to assist. You hear charge. Are they going to charge? I don't know why you would charge them out. I really don't. But here they are. And they will successfully push them out. But Union's trying to reform up here. Confederate artillery, here's your time to shine. These are the greatest shots you're going to get. They're still kind of hard because they're on a crest of a mini hill here. Waiting for the CSA artillery shot though. Union falling back from this left side completely. And Confederates here just sitting and shooting.
X, how much fun you having there, boy?
Almost 10 minutes. About 10 minutes into this match. And Confederates haven't really charged at all. I mean, this is the most far forward you'll see a Union on a map like this, holding wise. I don't think I've seen the Union hold this further forward. Confederates, someone has to make them pay for holding out this far out, and they're gonna move back. This artillery needs to.
Fire!
Those shots overshooting, not hitting anything. That shot sounded like it hit short. Yeah, it did. So, artillery making its worth.
Yeah, let me adjust.
But is what is. These Confederates have pushed further forward. They're shooting at a Union group that's on a stone wall in the middle of an open field.
Press T for the start, boys.
Company.
Fastfoot's returning to his original position that we saw him at earlier. And they're going to be shooting at a stone wall. These are so hard shots where they're at. I don't think any of them are going to get hits. And look at what you see from a Union man's perspective. Like, that guy just got a hit to my left. Beautifully done. Anything, these guys are going to get shot out again. I do not know what's going on with all these CSA guys over here. I just don't get what's going on.
Get this flag and fall back. Get the flag and fall back.
The Confederates just need to gang up and charge. Really, nothing too complicated. I mean, not charging the open like this. I mean, Union is just doing what they need to do. Confederates are add-on tickets. However, 12-13 minutes into this next stage, a little slow. Union artillery, are they going for counter battery, or are they trying to hit infantry? Counter battery, I think, is about the worst thing you can do in this game. Counter battery would make a little more sense if these battles were drawn over a long period of time, not 45 minutes. Because you flip a gun, sure, they can't use it, but they got other guns they can use. Also, I love watching these people get knocked over when they shoot a gun. It's funny.
Created that flag, boys. Cut the grass.
So, some of the Confederates starting to shift over from this far right side. Early in. Shifting his men over. Confederates knocking the Union down to engaged. However, 13 minutes in. It's a little slow. A little slow. And Cajun's going to start moving his men forward.
Let's get them Yankees. Oh, get ahead. Good fire, good fire, good fire, good fire.
And these shots are being engaged point blank.
They're point blank right now.
Exactly. Cajun and I agree on that. That artillery getting... That was a good shot. It was an okay shot, I'll rephrase. And Union's starting to fall back because they're kind of getting hit hard. They're getting punched in the mouth. And I don't... Kind of don't get why these guys are still here, but... I don't know. I think Confederates should just blob up and push down the middle. And Confederates going down to engage. You actually have some engagement happening on this side of the map. Our lower men, we saw him moving his men over. Now they position themselves there. You have Jeff here from the 59th. They're just spread out independent fire. Not terrible, not great. I mean, Union guns will have a nice target. That was kind of cool to see the canister shots at the ground. But Confederates have kind of taken control of at least their side of the road. Took them almost 15 minutes to do so. But regardless of that, you have more Confederates shifting back towards their spawn.
Up and over.
Fast foot shifting his men over. But as of now, we are still seeing slow movements. Confederates starting to shift forward, though. I think this is fast foot. Yep. Fast foot starting to shift up where Cajun is. Cajun positioning his guys in the center of the road.
Stop fire without order.
Fucking pussy!
Hold fire. Hold fire. Hold fire. Hold fire.
What are we doing,
Hold
sir?
fire.
What are we doing, sir? Hold fire. Union moving a gun to the middle of the road. Let's see how well this shot is.
Back up, gentlemen. Right there's about the line. Right there's about the line.
Get 'em, boys!
Right there.
Cajun, they're inching their men forward. And that Union shot just ricocheting and exploding right there. Fuse was way too long. But point is being capped by the CSA. Will they fully cap it though? We will see. Point going back to neutral. Confederates do not want to cap the point. I don't blame them. Union's halfway to taking losses. But point going back, you mean you have Union pushing all the way out on this right side. They've ran up kind of by the shoot back. Confederates are going to cap the point. So if they hold it for 12 minutes, they'll win the game. You can see that in that little gold timer there. And more Confederates are actually pushing their way up to the center. When will the Union counterattack? What will they do? When will they do it? They've been very slow the past couple of rounds. But when will they go? Do I see something in the chat? Oh my goodness, someone just got banned on artillery. And the Fs are spamming in the chat. So, about a minute, we haven't seen any effective movement here from the Union. Most chat we've seen in the text chat is F for the guy who just got banned. That would be a sucky way to go. Confederates furthering themselves down the road, shifting down.
I don't know, but shoot at him.
Server pop wise, 230. Confederates have a couple more men. They've had a couple more men this whole time. 10 minutes left.
Well, boys, we're gonna
And some of the Union, they're starting to shift over more and more. I don't know why the Union's holding in the middle of the open field like this. I mean, I guess the Confederates are on their side of the road, so you can get good shots there, but also Confederates can use that stone wall effectively.
Keep Get on your knees.
get your bayonets. Everyone kneel down, kneel down. Load the
Interestingly, they're crouching down. You have a Confederate force pushing up on the right side, volleying here. And it looks like they're just doing some rising volleys, running up, volleying, and then coming down. So 9 minutes left. Confederates are actually very far forward here.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
It's like the whole battle is flipped. Earlier we saw Union doing this, but on the Confederate side, but now the Confederates are doing it to the Union. Union's going to go down to taking losses here. Almost 9 minutes left in the counterattack. I am surprised that the Union hasn't made a move yet. If anything, Confederates are falling back. They're giving up the point. Union can regain a decent amount of tickets if they retake the point. And can we hear anything from the Union officers?
Down, take a shot, all right?
Let's start regrouping.
Where's the goddamn Air Force?
As of now,
As soon as we cap, we get more tickets. I guess it evens it out. So we're okay right now.
the thing is, though, is that the longer you wait to retake this point, you can't go up as many tickets, and that means you're going to be at a lower total of tickets with a very high black timer. So the attackers, the Confederates, are going to have a lot of time to knock you down to breaking last stand. So Union needs to move and try to retake this as quickly as they can. Confederates are actually pursuing on this side. Are they? Are they going to keep? Nope, they're kind of holding back. You got 2 Rambles, though. Jangles Jackson, a great NCO. We saw him earlier. Yes, we have, Red. We've been watching them. Beautiful move on the Progress Mill. That was just a steamroll in that second half of the game. So this Confederate flag, nicely positioned here. Leaving before the hard match, Red. I see. I see. So, but I mean, I don't know why Union hasn't made any effort to try to retake the point. They're taking their dear sweet time. This doesn't make any sense. And we can see Confederates are kind of on all sides converging back on the point. Union, of course, is getting closer and closer in the road, but they haven't pushed forward at all. Confederates inching closer and closer. Point going all the way back up. We're almost halfway through this counterattack. And Union's made no apparent effort to retake the point, which makes no sense. There's 2 ways to take a counterattack. So the attackers are now considered the defenders. Since they took the point, they're trying to hold it. And the defenders are now considered the attackers because they're trying to retake the point and get control over it, right? Are they going for it now? Lowhead's kind of running weird. We'll continue the combo if this charge fails or succeeds. Well, the charge might fiddle out because the officer died right away. That's actually really funny. Confederates taking losses. This charge kind of fizzled out because that officer just died right away. But because the roles are flipped, the attackers are considered defenders. Defenders considered the attackers. The CSA can now go into last stand. That's normally the defender's last stage. And last stand means if you die, you can't spawn in anymore. And so the Union could be very aggressive, knock the Confederates down to last stand, and win the game. Because if they recap the point at that point, they win the game. So that's reason number 1 why you want to be aggressive. The second thing you can do during a counterattack is just try to retake the point as quickly as you can. And you need to be aggressive to do that. Because the thing is as the defenders, if you're down on tickets, as the Union is right now, they're down half a stage, right? If the Union retakes the point now, they'll go up to a full taking losses about that. So they'll regain a lot of tickets. And the longer the Confederates lose tickets, the Union isn't going to be able to go up as high. So if we fight for another 3 minutes or whatever, Confederates might be a fourth of the way through taking losses, or halfway, right? Compared to a full way through taking losses, or a full percentage of taking losses. And so the Union's not going to be able to regain as much, and that black timer is going to stand still, and so everyone's just going to lose tickets. That black timer is not going to go down. It's just every advantage to the attackers the longer you wait to retake the point. But Union's gotta move at some point. Nothing in the chat is indicating that they're trying to do that. Actually, Lohib in the chat is saying they need to contest the point.
We're nearly in front, by the way. Just so you know.
But
Vector, get on the wheel, please. Vector, get on the wheel.
4 minutes left. 8 minutes in this counterattack. No gain.
Vector, get on the wheel to get off the can. Hey, on the can if you're gonna do this. Hold there, hold there, hold there.
Hold.
And it looks like the Union is going to start pushing forward here. They're not moving forward. They're actually, holy crap, never mind. They're taking that point in mass on Moss.
Fucking trench warfare, boys.
Using the stone wall as cover. Points going in their favor. Three-ish minutes left. And the point is halfway in favor of the Union. So it's looking like if the a lot of these Confederates, Confederates should outnumber the Union near point. Both sides moving more into the point. Confederates might just try to hold it here. It looks like some of these officers are pushing forward. Cajun leading the way. And Confederates are going to try to hold this point. It might be too late, though. Not enough of them are charging up. And Union is going to retake the point, go about halfway through taking losses. Or a fourth of the way, I guess. And now Confederates are going to charge. Never mind, this makes a little more sense. Confederates, Union, oh crap, Union just trying to retake this, but if the Confederates charge in as a team, it might force Union into breaking. Confederates might go down to breaking. These couple Rambo guys are just guys that are out here in this area are going to force their team down like a morale stage or so.
From here on out, bayonets, boys. When you spawn, get your bayonets on.
But Union's going to hold on the road. They're about to hit breaking. They don't want the Confederates to pre-cap or get close to it at all. Who will hit breaking first? The million-dollar question.
We're all spread out.
We need to reform, guys.
Gentlemen, come up here and try to get our flag.
And Union's going to hit breaking first. Confederates will follow up very shortly, hitting that. We have enough time here. Why is Union now falling back? This is beyond an interesting decision here. I guess Confederates haven't really reformed. Why are the Confederates splitting up? I would think all the Confederates should just go to the point and start engaging the Union. Force them onto the point, force an engagement. You have 26 minutes, though, so I guess it's not a big deal in the end. I just like aggressive action.
Yeah, you don't have anyone.
Where's our friends?
I have no idea.
20th 9.
The Confederates, they got some guys over here with artillery. Okay. This is the most extreme I've seen the CSA bring a gun. I mean, they're almost, I guess they don't have a half stone wall there to deal with. And maybe that's why they're holding it there. You have some Confederates holding it back here. Looks like they're just trying to reform their men before they go forward. That's my guess anyways. And Confederates hitting braking. You can hear the huzzas in the distance.
Company B, Company B. Hey, Florida, pull back. Hey, Florida, Company B, fall back.
So it looks like Confederates just might be trying to converge and then all push out together here. They got plenty of time to do something. And Cajun's attempt to try to push his guys back have kind of not worked.
Hey, Florida, Company B, fall back. Tom Webb, fall back.
So Union just trying to hurl bullets at the CSA, deal some damage while they can. So Union, last episode, Kramer is keeping his guys over there. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they're just shooting. I guess the rest of the Australian Cajun here, Australian, got destroyed in the fast foot. Holding back for the CSA. CSA appears to really just be reforming. In terms of our Union, you have Shifty here. He's having his guys hold over here. You have Loheb from 10th US. Looks like he's going to go join Shifty. Jeff from the 59th and Bobby Slayer from the 9th Corps group holding his guys in the middle. And Berserker moving this caisson with his men. What an officer indeed, a man of the people. So Confederates now pushing forward here. Not all of them are, only some. Which is fascinating. Points being capped in their favor. Union's going to have to try to countercharge. Artillery shooting. Artillery, I don't know how successful it's gone this whole game. Union's got to countercharge. They got to get in here and prevent the CSA from capping, but more CSA are pouring in. The Union, why do some of these Union guys not have bayonets? You can see the caisson artillerymen getting in here. Point in favor of CSA still. More Union pouring in, CSA pouring in as well. And that is going to do it for this match. Nice to see CSA finally win a map today. I mean, we saw what? Bloody Lane, Pry Ford, Pry Grist Mill. Not a terrible surprise, but CSA getting a map favored their way. They won that their way. So, yeah. And we'll see. And it'd be intriguing to see the casualties. I think the Union's biggest thing was just they just pushed so far forward at the beginning of the game. I think that's the really thing that killed them, because the Confederates just sat back the whole time and shot and shot and shot, and they weren't aggressive at all. I think that was just the biggest mistake by the Union. But yeah, that's going to be it for the live stream today. Thank you everyone who watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go beneath the video, hit the join button. You can get perks like seeing videos before everyone else.